Good morning. Thank you very much for coming to our Sunday service. Today is a Japanese service. Please open page 14, 三部所。
Oh
If these vows are not fulfilled, they are not attain perfect enlightenment. Strive for countless eons, not become a great benefactor, and relieve all those in poverty and suffering. They are not attain perfect enlightenment. When I reach the hearts of the Buddha, my name shall resound beyond the 10 traditions. Should there be a place in which it cannot be heard, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. Abandoning desire with profound right mindfulness and pure wisdom, I shall cultivate pure practice. I shall intently pursue the ultimate path to become a teacher of all celestial and human beings. Divine power radiates forth a great light that completely illuminates limitless ends, eliminating the darkness of the three departments to lead all beings out of suffering. Opening the eyes of wisdom to extinguish the darkness of ignorance and obstructing harmful paths to provide passage to the rhythm of fortunate destiny. Please endow with all the virtues, the Buddha's majestic radiance shall shine brightly in the 10 directions, outshining the sun and the moon, and eclipsing the brilliance of the heavens. For the sake of all beings, a Buddha opens the Dharma storehouse and widely shares its treasures of virtue. Among all who have gathered, a Buddha always expands Dharma like a lion's roar, making offerings to all the Buddhas and becoming endowed with all roots of virtue. With the vows and wisdom perfectly, a Buddha becomes a hero of 3 realms. Like the unimpeded wisdom of a Buddha that reaches and shines upon all, I vow that the power of my virtue and wisdom will be equal to the Buddha's most venerable one. If these vows are realized, may the whole universe tremble with joy, and from the sky all the celestial beings will rain down rare and wondrous flowers.
Page 23 on Zen.
Thank you. ず阿弥陀仏にて往生すること思ううちにこもり候なりこの神よく深きことを存ぜば二尊の哀れみに外れ本願に漏れ候し念仏を親善人はたとえ一代の法をよくよく隠すとも一文口のうどんの身になして天入道の道を友ならにをなずして死者の振る舞いをせずしてただ一向に念仏れし情のために領主因をもってす浄土宗の安心義をこの一心四国せり厳空な所存この他に全く別理を存ぜず滅後の邪義を捨てらんがために所存の印を安ぬ賢者二年正月23日大師在後安
Page 52. Out finding master connection in burning message. The one seed testament.
Many Buddhist masters and scholars in China and Japan have understood Nenbutsu as a contemplation of Amida Buddha and the Pure Land. However, I understand it differently. The transmission of Nenbutsu does not come from studying and understanding its meaning. To be born in Amida Buddha's Pure Land, we need only to say Namo Amida Butsu and believe without a doubt that we will attain birth there. Resolutely reciting the Nenbutsu and believing in birth in the Pure Land naturally give life to the three minds and the four modes of practices. Should I withhold any deeper wisdom beyond the Nenbutsu, may I then lose sight of the compassion of Shakyamuni and Amida Buddha and slip through the embrace of Amida's original vow. Of you who put your trust in the Nenbutsu, even if you thoroughly study the teachings that Shakyamuni taught during his lifetime, you should become like a better ignorant one or untrained devotee and not show any pretense of a learned person, but intently practice the Nenbutsu. I hereby seal this document with the imprint of both my hands. The peaceful mind and practice of Jodo are fully embodied here on this one sheet. I think to have no other teaching than this. To prevent any misinterpretations after my passing away, I made this final testament, transcribed on the 23rd day of the first month of Tenryaku second.
Page 1 to 24. In praise of Amida Buddha's right, so Yakuho.
Illuminates the 10 directions of the world and
Back to the page 26. Discussion on merit for all. So, recording.
「
Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning. Thank you very much for coming. This morning, fortunately, we had a tutor, my old friend, Clyde Whitworth. He volunteered to teach English. So I think he's good, getting better. So I'm very grateful that, I was originally to pay to him, Clyde, he's a very generous person. He said, oh, no, I volunteer. So now we have free lesson. And when he received, English lesson, I also attend. So I'm actually doing my practice, So that is I'm very, very grateful. And today, this morning, I baked. This is my specialty, to bake chiffon cake. So I can do a very short time. And by baking chiffon cake, always give me time to think about it. Because I have so many time, So while baking chiffon cake, give me opportunity to have inspiration, good idea, and also baking chiffon cake brings me experience. So doing some kind of work, engage, working, also always give me experience. And then I want to have your smile. I want you to be happy. So after service, I want you to smile. So that is actually my baking chiffon cake. I'm happy and you can be happy. So that is my very source of my happiness. And there are two kinds of Dhamma talks, sermons. One is based on books. That brings knowledge. That is very important. So we need knowledge, and knowledge on Buddhism is actually very interesting because of long history, and Buddhism was transmitted from country to country, and each country has unique culture. So they are also combined, and so because of 2,500 years, we have so much volume of knowledge on Buddhism. So any knowledge of Buddhism is actually very interesting. So one Dhamma talk, one type of Dhamma talk is to provide knowledge. It can be based on experiences. Based on experiences, what we can get is wisdom. Through the experience, we can always get something very new discovery and wisdom that we can have it. So young ones, young ministers, they rely on knowledge. They rely on books because they don't have experiences. But me, I seek for experience. Just like when I bake cake, I can get inspiration, and this baking chiffon cake brings me another interesting topic of Dhamma talk. So based on experience with wisdom, and I bake chiffon cake, I use digital thermometer. I take temperature, I watch for temperature, and that is very important. And as you know, boiling point at sea level is 100 degrees, or 12, yeah? 12 is a boiling point. And this means that when you boil the water, the water 100 degree. The 100 is the maximum degree, and it can be higher. No matter how you put strong fire on it, but the water temperature cannot be higher than 100 degrees. That is the maximum at the sea level. And of course, you go up, because pressure becomes strong, so the pressure is actually low. So the temperature, boiling point, can be much lower. But at the sea level, no matter how you make efforts to put anything, you cannot have over 100 degrees. But interestingly, if you put sugar and water, the water can be much higher than 100 degrees. And indeed, my recipe needs more than 100 degrees for the sugar water. So that is actually very important. Wow, if you add sugar on the water, the temperature can be much, much higher. I thought 100 degrees was the limit, but it is because we can mix something. So we can go beyond. It is actually very important thing. Indeed, Hawaii is a culture of mixed plate. Many people from many countries brought their cultures, customs. Very unique, state of Hawaii, and I think working together with different elements, we can always beyond our limit. So that by baking chiffon cake, it's very, not only Japanese, but also by working different people with different background, different cultures, we can go beyond higher. So that is what I want. And that is actually what happens, because Buddhism was spread from countries to country, and then from Japan, from China, from Tibet, from Vietnam, many elements of Buddhism came here in Hawaii. So it is very important to work together. And this morning, I want to introduce two videos I have. One is I made body de service. So December 5th, we have virtual body day sponsored by Hawaii Buddhist Council. So it will be released from YouTube from the Hawaii Buddhist Council. And of course, December 5th, I would like to over here, so please come, we can watch together. And this theme is, what is body? What is body? What is enlightenment? In 1 minute. So each minister provides their ideas and expressions of what is body, what is enlightenment. And that is very interesting, because that 1 minute Dhamma talk is a super essence of Buddhism. There is no, extra thing. You can, the essence, these are expressed by bishops and ministers. So this is a countdown, and within 1 minute we talk. So it's coming up. We filmed a service on the November 16th. And I'm now editing this video, so that must be very interesting. So please look for it. Okay, another video that Reverend Takano, our minister, took at the Jodo mission. He sent us video at the Jodo mission. 先生、これ音ないけどどうやってやる？うん。So he used a drone at the Jodo mission. temple is known as ceiling art, donated by Japanese painter Mr. Koiwai Shuko of Nagano Prefecture. There are 92 panels of the Japanese and Hawaiian flowers painted on oak wood. So this one is a Shuhodan. It's another name of the temple in honor of the painter artist Mr. Koiwai Shuko. So this is something I never seen before. I live over there for 21 years, almost 20, but I never seen from up in the sky. So this is a new shopping center next to Korowa. So this is Big Sale supermarket. Big Sale is now Times. So over here. And over here, post office. And this is Honganji, Korowa Honganji. Now it's a coffee shop. So over here, Korowa town. And this was the sugarcane factory. The very first one in Hawaii. Made in 1835 over here. over here, there are so many monkey pot trees. And it is also the very first monkey pot in Hawaii. The two seeds were brought. One was planted at the downtown and another one was planted at the Koroa. So over here, there is a Waiareare, the highest mountain on Kauai. It's about 1 mile, 1598 meters. And over here, there is a reservoir. It's called Waita Reservoir. It's a big, huge reservoir, but I never seen from above. It's so close to Koroa. Oh, it's amazing. Waita Reservoir. And this is Manapu, Manahaupu. And over here, this is a temple. Old temple and new temple.
One fond embrace. I hope
Over here, first Hawaiian band, supermarket, post office, very convenient place in our temple. Koroa is about a little over 2,000. Very small town. But this made me very homesick. Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, thank you very much. This concludes the Sunday service. Next week, so again, we have Hawaii Buddhist Council body day service. So I'm going to just film over here, with monitor. If you can come 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much.